Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the German Open 2016. I'm Adam Bobrow, and I'm with you live in Berlin. I'm your commentator, and I'm excited to be watching this match that's about to come up. We've got Koki NIWA versus Ma Long in the men's singles round of 16. Now, Ma Long is the most dominant player on the planet right now. 2015 was the year of the dragon. Ma Dragon, Ma Long. There he is in the front, the captain of the Chinese national team. And behind him, a little bit shorter in stature, Koki NIWA, who claims to be 100% confident when he plays table tennis. He has full confidence in table tennis and nothing else in life, and you can see it in the way he plays. Very compact game, still manages to time the ball just right and get lots of power throughout. But so far, Ma Long looking like Superman out there right now. And there he is, Koki NIWA, world rank number 13, the 11th seed in this tournament at 21 years old. For the 27-year-old, the man on the planet with more fans than probably any table tennis player in the world. The first seed, world rank number 1, and as focused as they come. It's Ma Long, head umpire for this match. Klaus Seipold from Germany, and assistant umpire Hartmut Essel on the left. And making introductions for the second table as well. Now, as far as highlights go, you should catch the full match because there were so many highlights of Ma Long yesterday versus Denmark's Jonathan Groth. Groth has been playing quite well, I'd say, in the last year or so. Pulled off some big victories from the World Championships all the way through here, but only falling at the hands of the most difficult player on the planet in red, Ma Long. There were a few points that went to Ma Long that were just unbelievable shots. The crowd was left screaming. German fans know that they're witnessing something, and who knows how many more years Ma Long will be top in the world and how many more years he has playing. Again, playing for the Chinese national team is the most physically demanding and competitive national association in the world that just asks more of your body than anything. And that can be shown 27-year-old Zhang Jike visiting the doctor on day 1 here, getting an injection. I'll tell you more about that when he has matches coming up. Again, our head umpire, Klaus Seipold, right there from Germany. So Ma Long, whether he wins 4-0, 4-3, or hypothetically, if he were losing a match, which only happened once in 2015 on the World Tour, and it was not to a foreigner, but to a teammate and roommate, Sean Quinn, about the number 9 spot on the Chinese national team. He's the only person who could take down Ma Long. It happened at the Japan Open last year. As far as head-to-head goes, Ma Long and Koki NIWA have played 6 times in the past. And while most players, it would be 0-6 for Koki NIWA, he's beaten Ma Long before. Not too many foreigners, players outside of China, can claim that they've beaten Ma Long. Looking sharp with his gelled hair right there. Always ready for some camera time, a fancy dude, but focused on the match. When Koki NIWA won, it was in 2012, 4 years ago, at the Asian Olympic Qualification Tournament. And you can find the highlights, the video online. It was a 4-2 victory for Koki NIWA. Now, when you ask players about talent, there are some debates about what talent really is, if it really exists. Of course, not everyone is born equal. People have different genes, all sorts of differences from mental strengths to physical strengths. But Ma Long is simply the hardest working player on the planet. Throughout 2015, and I know the guy, he would barely say hi to you if you see him in the hotel until the tournament was over. After that, karaoke, whatever it is, going out and partying, Ma Long will enjoy himself when the tournament's over if he doesn't have one coming up right away. But during the tournament, headphones on, staring straight forward to the practice hall, watching other matches, whatever he has to do to make sure he wins. So Koki NIWA, a master of touch, creative shots, even from off the table, is quite strong. But with the power and placement, Ma Long is going to have too much of an easy time, I think, if NIWA gets off the table. Not so many weaknesses in the game of Ma Long. I think what you have to do is try and take the lead from early on. I mean, every single point matters when you're playing against world-ranked #1 Ma Long. Koki NIWA were able to take the first game and get Ma Long playing with a little bit of hesitation, a little bit nervous or questioning a shot here and there. It really is the best chance he's got. But even for Zhang Jike and the top players from the Chinese national team, the real chance against Ma Long is just to have him lose a little bit of confidence. When Ma Long is confident, nobody can stop him. A lot of people talk about the up-and-coming Fan Zhendong, who beat Ma Long 3 times out of 3 attempts in the Chinese Super League, but not once on the World Tour in 2015, despite having a few opportunities in big matches, including the Men's World Cup. But Ma Long took pretty much everything last year outside of the Japan Open. 3 Super Series tournaments right here in Germany. He's the defending champion over Zhang Jike last year. Took the Kuwait Open, China Open, the World Championships, the World Cup. So the standing world champion on the receive. Best of 7, love all. Deep push in the first point goes to Koki NIWA. Right idea from NIWA, trying to play the short side of the table. Again, even if it's a 4-0 victory, just to watch Ma Long hit his shots, the quality of shot is a treat that anybody should stay tuned in for. Short side of the table like it's nothing for Ma Long. Push deep, the quick step around. That's a low shot from Koki NIWA. Ma Long looks like it's just a practice ball to the other side. So as far as confidence, looking at the history between these two players, Ma Long has won the last 4 times, but they haven't played in 2.5 years. 2013 was the last time they faced off on the World Tour. Beautiful shot. NIWA finds the short side of the table on the run. And this is what is being asked of all the players at this level. Not just getting to the ball and hitting a shot, but getting to the ball, hitting it to the only place where the other guy can't reach it. A little bit of a break. Ma Long apologizing, but still very confident play. He called it. Koki NIWA gets this ball from way wide, keeps it low, deep on the table. Touch shot, not phased. A lot of players might be breaking back into the middle of the table to cover the short side. NIWA waits patiently to watch. Strong counterattack, a little bit of help from the top of the net, but it's a 1-point game. Ma Long does not have one of the more flashy serves. Every once in a while you see something fancy, but his placement and subtle contact makes it quite difficult to receive. Service warning. Koki NIWA told he needs to remove the free arm, the hand tossing the ball. And a lot of people will ask, is that serve illegal? Tough to say. Most of the players, again, are going to be trying to make the serve as close to illegal as possible without getting called. Short side of the table, Ma Long confidently takes it low to the net. Touch shot. And just a swipe from the opposite hand from Koki NIWA. Not a lot of options there. Outstanding shot from down low, the backhand of Ma Long. So much wrist and spin on these shots. Covers the middle there, even a little bit off balance from down low. And this shot a little bit more shallow on the table, but Ma Long quickly moves in, keeps his balance. Serve comes too long. Ripping opening from Koki NIWA comes right back. Coach Xiao Jian right there. Had a chance to chat with him over dinner last night. Talked a little bit about the Chinese domination in the sport. What it comes down to really is who wants it most and hard work. Beautiful shot inside out from Ma Long. The counter exchange forehand to forehand. Just in a moment decides to go the opposite way. Look at how low to the net these shots are. Ma Long coming around the inside of the ball. Still in the touch game, Koki NIWA manages to steal a point here and there. Now, one tactic that Koki NIWA is using quite well is breaking the rhythm of Ma Long. Again, when you know your opponent is a beast in the fast game, trying to play fast, it's pretty much an appetite for destruction, a recipe for disaster out here. Has the opportunity with the opening backhand. A little bit out of position, and now it's 4 game points for Ma Long. Strong backhand from in over the table. Half-long serve, earning the third ball attack. Not an easy third ball attack, but Koki NIWA really had to step in to find that. Fans trying to get videos of history here. Just overgoing. The backhand long. And Ma Long takes game 1, 11 points to 7 over Koki NIWA. We'll see what happens in game 2, but it should be exciting, and you've got the best quality shots in the world, so stay right here. And we're back for game 2. Ma Long leading 1-0 over Koki NIWA. Koki NIWA in yellow. Ma Long on screen right now, starting off with the serve. Outstanding point on so many different occasions. Ma Long was tested with soft backhands, fast rhythm being broken. Fans following the standings here, making sure they know who's who, who's coming up, although pretty much everybody in the stands here is going to know who's who on the table right now. And again, another swatting hand from Koki NIWA. Ma Long earning a third ball. It's too sweet. Sometimes the toughest shots come back. And then when you have time to settle back down, a little bit of indecision creates some trouble. Koki NIWA fishing a few, keeping him deep on the table before the rally ended. Now, in general, tight matches tend to be quite exciting. Ma Long has very few opponents that can offer a very tight match. The one thing I think that is fun about seeing Ma Long take a big lead is he gets a little bit more creative. You might see some chop blocks, some around the net shots, snakes here and there. Shots a little bit less common in tight matches. Still early in the match, though, only game 2, not even halfway through. Huge forehand flip, just crushing the ball. Now, physical fitness is one thing, but agility, Ma Long looks like he's coming in for the push. The racket head opened up and then just crushes through it. Long, heavy push and not a point yet for Koki NIWA. 7 for Ma Long. And the miss hit, first point for Koki NIWA. Strong variety of serves on the Japanese national team. Maharu Yoshimura with a kick reverse serve. Looked like one that Koki NIWA just used. And that's the 3rd occasion we've seen the bare hand go for the ball. The ball hit behind Koki NIWA. Sometimes in these opportunities you see behind the back attempts. It's a good idea, a long push and a counterattack, but Ma Long hasn't shown many weaknesses out here so far. Other than kicking serves from Koki NIWA, change of pace, soft shots, occasional flat hits to the short side of the table. And the counter backhand. This is what most players are escaping when they keep it to the backhand. Oh, and it must have been a break off the edge for Koki NIWA. Saw the apology there. Very deep on the table with heavy topspin, and that ball right on the body. Koki NIWA and Ma Long pointing to the edge of the table says that ball clipped. Out to the forehand, nobody's home. Right off the bounce, Ma Long in control, confident and cool. Short stroke on the forehand side. Sets up on the forehand, still manages to get back to the backhand. Chop block attempt is no good. 11-3, a dominant game 2 for Ma Long to step into a 2-0 lead. Koki NIWA is going to have to try and find a weakness here against the Dragon. We'll be back for game 3. Stick around to see what happens with Ma Long versus Koki NIWA just after this. And we are back for game 3. Koki NIWA down 0-2 is going to start us off with the serve. Over the table forehand flip. Strong shot, but the follow-up, the pressure to take it off the bounce the other way. Koki NIWA has to go for it. Spinny attempt after several fast counters. You can see NIWA's got the wheels turning upstairs, definitely looking for solutions out here. Anything creative he can do to slow down the dominance. And the timeout is called. Coach Tase Kunihito, head coach of the Japanese national team, is going to be talking to Koki NIWA right now. Now Xiao Zhan, the coach on screen for China, for Ma Long, played in Europe for many years. Is a teammate of Zoran Primorac, still playing. Again, some of the European players in general have a lot longer lifespan in the table tennis career because it's not quite as physically demanding as playing in the Chinese national team. Even in Japan and Korea, you don't tend to see players. Can't think of the last time a player played for the national team into his 40s. But yet in Sweden, Croatia, Belarus, it's been happening for some time now. So back from a quick timeout, Ma Long now with the serve. Second serve. Koki NIWA trying to find a solution. The ball dangling off the forehand side. Unless you play an around the net shot, it's going to be really difficult against Ma Long to take the ball from below the table anyway. And the soft flip just isn't going to be enough pressure. Ma Long is so confident and comfortable. We talked about his agility. He's able to just sort of rest his feet, move him to the right spot, and take the shot wherever he's at. Just an explosive backhand. I've seen some of the ITTF high definition slow motion videos. Watching some of these Ma Long backhands in slow-mo will be priceless. There we go. Koki NIWA opening up with some speed, keeps the ball low, and it sneaks under the racket of Ma Long. The touch shot first to earn the opening attack. And in the replay of the point before, you could see how Ma Long feels losing 1 point, even up 6-0. Missing a shot really holds himself to the highest of standards. Attempted short serve a bit too short. Ma Long continues in the domination. Chop block, and Ma Long lets it drop and plays the side spin, lifting it up. You can hear the ooze from the crowd. Look at this ball. Right there, heavy side and under. Ma Long, how do you even touch that ball? Koki NIWA barely could. Powerful backhand, 11-1, the most dominant game yet. 7 points, 3 points, and this time Ma Long only allows his opponent to get 1 point as they come into game 4. We'll see if there are any exhibition points or if a miracle is going to show up from Koki NIWA. Stick around, game 4 just after this. And we're back for game 4. The man of 2015 now with the serve. Ma Long up 3-0. Just won 11-1 over Koki NIWA. And gives up the first point on a service error. Clever idea though. Sees Koki NIWA breaking in short to the forehand. Oh, goes for the around the net shot, but hits the side of the table. Chop block to set it up. And why not? Losing 0-3. You hit anything else, it's probably going to come back. A flat hit right there to stay in the point. Tries to take it low. That ball goes around the net, it's going to roll. Power from the opening backhand, but Ma Long not just bringing it back fast, but right into the middle. can really feel the pressure that Koki NIWA feels to make something of his first shot. Anytime he goes for an opening, it's going to have to be an impressive one. Or there's that, the top of the net and the dribble. Not something you can consistently count on, of course. A bit of a break. Koki NIWA here, some fortune. Look how low to the net that serve was, too. Last game, Ma Long had 2 let serves in a row. Almost catches the edge. Koki NIWA, the pressure, plays the short side of the table, and it still barely finishes the point. As far as domination goes, Koki NIWA's really turned this game around, tied it up at 4 points each. Was down 1-3. Tons of spin coming off that forehand. Again, unless the long push is really well placed and really deep on the table, the opponent's just going to have too easy of an opening. Ma Long sees it coming off the table, gets the legs ready, and powers up in, spins through it. Real fight at full extension. Koki NIWA forced to take aggressive shots from off balance. A few in a row. That one right there, you could see him containing his feet, trying to keep the body weight balanced so he could get back to cover the table. Outstanding shot again from Ma Long. Koki NIWA with the perfect placement on the serve to earn his 3rd ball. Just incredible. Ma Long again from the backhand court. Turns and gets a forehand counter into play. Doesn't seem to get fooled too often. Haven't seen him hung out to dry trying to turn the corner. Now, as far as the Japanese national team goes and the players, Maharu Yoshimura and Yuya Oshima, 2 players that really made a name for themselves in 2015, were both here and eliminated earlier in the tournament. So it's Koki NIWA at 21 playing the veteran. There it is, full commitment. Ma Long goes for broke and pays for it. Koki NIWA anticipating, keeps the racket head up. Just reaches out wide there to cover and bring it back to the short side of the table. Again, the importance of keeping the racket head up throughout the rally. Oh! Another full commitment shot, nobody home, and this time it's the edge of the table. This was within reach of Ma Long, maybe, if he wants to come back for it. Would have been amazing to see him play that ball. Still a 1-point lead for Ma Long. Just missing, but Koki NIWA with some very impressive shots, countering some of the fastest shots we see around the world coming from Ma Long right there. Clever idea, the opening forehand and the quick backhand off the bounce. Game still feels just a little bit too close to see exhibition points from Ma Long. Koki NIWA's going to fight for every point here, try to send this into a 5th game. But not with the serve coming off the table to the forehand of Ma Long. It's 4 match points for the Dragon. And one saved by Koki NIWA. Inside-out forehand, wide cross court, and Ma Long 11-7 after an 11-1 victory over Koki NIWA. So a little bit more of a challenge, but uproarious applause for the man of 2015, the ITTF star male player of last year, the standing world champion, the defending German Open champion. Ma Long remains in the tournament, moving on to the quarterfinals. We got a short break. Smiles all around from Coach Xiaojian. And after that, we're going to be having some women's matches, followed by the men's quarterfinals. It's an exciting day ahead. Stick around. You're watching the German Open 2016.